bright African good morning to you. Welcome to Follow Me to Africa Conversations brought to you by Cliff Not TV in the Diaspora. Um, Cliff Not TV in the Diaspora, it's an online internet service created to bring together Africans in the continent and the diaspora to share and celebrate their achievements. So if you do not yet have an account, I invite you right now to sign in so that you don't miss out on the Cliff Note amazing programs and to watch Cliff Note TV live. My name is Anquita Beatrice Achalepe. I am your host today. Founder of, I'm the publisher of the Africa for Smart Kids book series, publisher of Globunto Books, and founder of Follow Me to Africa. Today, we are having our series of conversations called Follow Me to Africa. It is an in-depth series of conversations carefully curated to bring your Africans in the diaspora and the continent who are doing incredible work so that they can help you have another perspective of Africa. This conversation comes to you twice a week, Tuesdays and Fridays, always 9 a.m. in Sao Tome and 10 a.m. in London, in South Africa, and in some other places that you may be in the world. Just make sure that you're online and click on subscribe on Click Not TV so that you don't miss out on any one of these conversations. So that said, I'm taking you right to Ghana to meet my first guest. And this conversation is structured in 4 parts. And as we go along, we will give you a lot of insight. You want to stick in here so that you don't miss out on any one of the aspects of the conversations. So now it's time to go to Ghana to meet Mr. Khalid Darkwa, my guest for today. Good morning, Khalid, and welcome.
Good morning, Beatrice. Thank you so much for hosting me. It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you.
Yeah, so we are in Ghana today, and Ghana historically was the first African country to regain its independence, and this is the country that we're starting with in this series of conversations. And tell us a little bit about yourself, Khalid. Who are you? And what is your relationship to Ghana?
Okay, thank you, Beatrice. So I'm Caleb Darkwa, a Ghanaian born and bred in Ghana, and I'm an articulate, competent, and confident professional with more than 14 plus years in-depth understanding of business development principles in Ghana and beyond. I can creatively think both in and outside the box for product and commercial perspectives, and possess a unique experience of having previously worked in startup environments also. I'm a determined marketing professional who can sell various high-end services in a competitive environment. And I do this not just in Ghana here, but also West Africa and Africa as a whole.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So Khalid is a powerhouse of information, but also of expertise when it comes to doing business in Africa, particularly in Ghana. Now, we're coming out of an unprecedented pandemic that has taught us a whole lot about ourselves, about the world, and above all, about the continent that we call home. What has been your most your most life-changing experience or lesson that you learned about yourself, about Africa and the world during the pandemic?
Thank you, Beatrice. During the pandemic, it was really a game-changing lesson for me. The reason being that I was transitioning from the digital age within the shortest possible time. Our way of thinking changed totally. It opened our eyes to lots of opportunities. Now the world looks smaller and closer to me because I could easily connect. I remember during the start of the pandemic, around March, in Ghana here when the lockdown was announced, the question was like, so what's next? Am I going to be home till we come out of the lockdown? But I got a chance to, roll out a couple of fiber deployments. And because my line of work was categorized under special utility or special entities who are professionals who are allowed to work during the pandemic, within a space of 1 month, I covered over 100 kilometers worth of fiber connectivity across the metro area of Accra. And the perception that people had during the COVID time was COVID was contracted due to telecom radios. And since some of the work that we did had to merge these telecom cell sites, it was really, really difficult. So what happened was we had to educate and sensitize the public to prove that we have to learn so much about the COVID itself, look at the technology aspect of it, how we could capitalize upon it, and spread the information. And as a continent, we need to learn more. COVID is not gone; it's still there. We are learning day in, day out. We all need to put in our best effort to widen our knowledge base based on this particular pandemic. It has really, given us opportunity to do that. So that's what I would say was what I've been able to take home during the pandemic.
Quite interesting because a lot of people were depressed during the pandemic, did not know what to do, and quite a lot think that we will still return back to normal. We'll return back to normal. Do you think there is a return back to normal after the pandemic, after all that we have gone through, the new experiences that we've been exposed to? Do you think there is anything like a return back to where we were before the pandemic?
I believe not. Thank you, Beatrice. I believe not because looking at the human history, several pandemics have taken shapes and shaped the world in a different perspective. Talking of Spanish influenza, talking of even malaria when malaria came, HIV/AIDS, cholera, even Ebola. All these pandemics have come to stay. We just need to find ways and means and live with it. They're not part and parcel of us. At first, when you cough, you're like, hey, COVID. Now you cough and like, well, it's not part and parcel of us, so you just have to move on. So, it's not going anywhere. You just have to embrace it and know how to live with it.
So thank you. You're tuning in to Follow Me to Africa Conversations brought to you by ClipNot TV online. If you're just joining in, we are I'm in conversation with my guest from Ghana, Mr. Khalif Dankwa. And he's been sharing with us his experiences of the pandemic. And I think it's so interesting to understand and see how we've journeyed through this pandemic and how it has shaped our lives, but also our businesses. So you are right now at a point where we think we'll take a quick break. We'll take a quick break right now and come back in a bit. So you want to stick on your, get a drink or whatever it is, because this conversation is going to become juicier and juicier as we move on. So let's take a quick break.
Clevenard in Diaspora Television is an internet online TV service. What sets us apart is a unique combination of hit African content, first and exclusive international free movies, series, musics, news, events, documentaries, tourism, teleshopping shows, youth TV programs, and live interviews. Clevenard Diaspora Television is available throughout sub-Saharan Africa and to the diaspora markets worldwide. Take your entertainment with you wherever you go. Watch on your smartphone, tablet, laptop, smart TV, depending on your device. Watch free movies with Clevenard Movies Television. Stop searching for free movies websites and watch Clevenard Movies Television. Watch your favorite African shows anywhere at any time. Don't forget to check out our top 5 TV channels created to get you informed. TV1, Clevenard in Diaspora Television. TV2, Clevenard Youth Television. TV3, Clevenard Movies Television. TV4, Clevenard Teleshopping Television. TV5, Clevenard Tourism Television. To start watching, sign up at www.clevenard.com and follow the easy steps. Once you're done, log into the Clevenard website or app on your device, click on any one of our 5 TV channels, and hit play. We will be very satisfied and happy to welcome you to our team as one of our new business partners. Contact info@clevenard.com +34 631 279811. Website www.clevenard.com.
So welcome to Follow Me to Africa Conversations, hosted by ClipNot TV, online TV, ClipNot Online TV. So if you're just joining us, we are having a conversation with my guest from Ghana. We are in Ghana right now, and you're most welcome. If you've been in, you will have realized that we are already in the middle of the conversation and talking about how the pandemic has shaped our lives on the continent. And right now we're in part 2 of the program. If you have not yet signed up on clipnottv.com, I invite you to do that right now because there are amazing programs on the platform and you don't want to miss out on that. That said, let's move to the second part of our conversation. And now, Khalid, you know, Prime Minister Patrice Lumumba, before he was assassinated in 1965, said that the day shall come when Africa will speak. Africa will tell its history from north to south. It would be the history of glory. So, what is your history of glory? What is your African dream, if you have one?
Thank you, Beatrice. So let me share this story. When I was growing up in school, I was asked, "What would you like to be?" Everybody was like a pilot, a policeman, and I mean, whatnot. And I told the class I wanted to be a farmer, and the whole class laughed. They're like, "Why would you go to school and end up to be a farmer?" Well, it's something that I had passion about. I mean, I love the environment, the serene nature. As growing up, I had the privilege of accompanying my grandparents and my parents to the farm. So I really loved to be in that particular environment and farm and enjoy the cocoa. I mean, Ghana is noted for cocoa, so I loved cocoa, and it was fun going to the farm always. I mean, it's not late as I'm growing up because it's part of the verticals which my partners and I are working on. And I ended up being an IT person, and I believe that I can contribute in my small way to making the agricultural sector great again. Just like Abraham Maslow's theory has food, water, and shelter as part of these basic needs, I'm happy to become contributing to those areas as we speak due to some strategic partnerships we have in place. I can't disclose them for now, but I believe in due time, media circulation would be shared for the public domain. And it is safe to say that I'm yet again to attain the glory, and there's so much to do in the agri space personally. So that's what I would love to share about that.
I'm so happy you speak about agriculture because it's a domain that is quite often neglected. And Africa, it's a continent that lives on agriculture. And we all eat. We all eat. The business opportunities in the agricultural sector are just incredible. They're massive. So that said, I want to ask you one big question. You know, from where you're coming and the dreams that you have when you're young, and what we've gone through, what do you think are some of the the biggest misconceptions that we and the world have about Africa?
Thank you, Beatrice. The biggest misconception would be we Africans thinking we are poor and we are incapable of doing whatever we want to do. And the ability of, we lack the ability of being self-reliant also. That's the biggest misconception. This can be changed if we collaborate without our egos, and collaboration is the way out. For example, traveling amongst African countries is expensive, really, really expensive. For instance, I was trying to do a trip to Burkina Faso during the pandemic, and the flight route was either I hit Addis Ababa and come down to Burkina, or I go through Ivory Coast and go to Burkina. But Ghana, Burkina is just, if you're driving, it will take you less than 24 hours to get to Burkina from Accra. So, and the flight ticket was really, really expensive. But if we're able to make traveling amongst ourselves easier and cheaper, I believe we can double our expected revenues as a continent and also minimize our losses. So that's what I would love to say and share about this.
Mm. I agree with you. You know, I was trying to book a flight from South Africa to Sao Tome, and I was amazed that the flight would take me to Lisbon, take me to Istanbul, and take me to Ghana before before Sao Tome. And I'm like, these are business opportunities. So if you tune in and you're an African in the diaspora or in the continent, the area of transportation, aviation is something that our continent needs. We need to connect because once we connect, we can do a lot of businesses. We can transform our continent in less time. If we have that barrier of traveling amongst ourselves, it really, really keeps us down. So thank you for bringing in that, Khalid. Now, I want to still stay within your dream, within your African dream. Um, You've told us what you dreamt about when you were young. What became of your agriculture product? Dream. You're becoming an someone who works in the area of agriculture or becoming a farmer. And what is the message that you pass on to people who may still be hesitating, to take up some of those of industries that we think that are not intellectual or that we think are less white collar?
Thank you, Beatrice. I would say the dream is not dead because I don't dream for the dreams to just pass by without acting upon it. Earlier this year, I had the opportunity to travel to Nigeria. I was, I did close to 6 different states and did some couple of inspections for some farmlands due to some partnerships which we were looking to partner with the firms over there. And looking through their books, it was shocking. On a monthly basis, they do shipments close to over $1 million and covering the ranges of sesame seeds, ginger, tiger nuts, everything. And this goes to Middle East mostly and Asia. And I believe that the dream is not dead. There's so much opportunity. And I would later on share reason why some of these dreams people are unable to fulfill it. But look, I believe that what Martin Luther King said, once you have a dream, just make sure that, the dream doesn't die off. Do whatever you can. No motion is better than slow motion. Slow motion is better than no motion, sorry. So just do whatever little that you can. The dream will come to life.
Thank you. Talking about that, my dream is bringing back Africans in the diaspora to the continent. And so we have this series going on, which is called Homecomers, African Homecomers Day. The first day is coming up on the 5th of November. If you click on my profile on clicknote.com, you'll find more information, or you can visit our website, www. Follow me to africasaotome.com. You'll see the first Africa Homecomers Day. The idea is really to explore together, share testimonies, share lessons learned so that more people can recognize the opportunities on the continent and realize that now is the perfect time to come home and to set up your business. So let's go a little bit into your business. What is it that you do exactly now? Now, coming out of the pandemic, I think you gave us a little bit of what you do. Tell us, going from the pandemic now forward into, let's say, 2030, what is the big deal for you there?
Thank you, Beatrice. The big deal has to do with collaboration. Collaborating is the way forward. Let me just do a little bit summarization of my African entrepreneur journey. As growing up, I was an average student in class, and due to the fact that I had mixed settlements with both rural and urban environment, so I was mostly more of the reserved type, but I did my possible best to make sure that I always stay above the clear marks in the class. I never missed school days. I was always punctual in class, and I loved to be in class always. The journey and that discipline kept me through my IT career, and thank God I was part of some of the notable projects over here in Ghana. I was a lead consultant for the contractor who built the Terminal 3 for Kotoka in Accra, Ghana. I did the whole IT setup for them, and I got the opportunity to mingle with other nationals, especially the Turkish people, because the company who was constructing the airport was a Turkish company. The culture was unique, was exciting. The food, I loved it. The language, the coffee, and look, Africa is is really positioning itself to be a place where I would say it's Mother Africa. That's why we call it Mother Africa. It absorbs so much, and no matter how much it absorbs, it's always ready to give out. Make sure it gives out the best. No matter how much it bleeds, just like a mother, it will never push away the children. It always embraces them and makes sure that they are well fed. So I believe Africa has a lot to offer, and once we collaborate, there's so much for us to eat. The table is so huge in every aspect of the verticals that we operate. My consortium does so much, and we are looking to collaborate with everybody who's looking to come to the continent. We love to share, and it's about we being united to push the African agenda. Once you are done that way, you would actually excel.
I love that message about collaborations because there's people always talk about African solidarity. We are a continent that is based on relation that has that was created, that has a fundamental philosophy about being people. We are people because of other people, and that is so translated to Ubuntu philosophy. So when you talk about collaboration, it makes a lot of sense. You become who you become because of the kind of relationships that you have and how you manage those relationships to be mutually beneficial. So collaboration is the way to go because none of us is an island. And that said, I would like to invite us to take another break. But before then, I want to remind you that you're tuned into the Follow Me to Africa conversations on cliffnottv.com. And if you have not yet subscribed, please make sure that you subscribe so that you don't miss any one of the incredible programs that you can only find on Cliffnot TV in the diaspora. So we will take a quick break, and when we come back, we will deepen the conversation even further. So let's take a quick break, please. I will be right here when you come back.
In the 21st century's technological advancement, we all seek opportunities to move and network with the emerging space. Introducing Clevenard blog and event posting. Do you think you have some interesting materials, good content, articles, and stories? Then feel free to publish them on Clevenard blog and events page, just as team of our writers are doing presently. By blogging on Clevenard's blogs and events, you benefit from our reach and network. There are constant stream of people visiting our social platform, and we have figured out just how to distribute our contents. This means you can basically skip the line and get access to a big audience from day one. Furthermore, we can help you get in touch with important people for projects with possibilities of translating your content into other languages and republishing them on Clevenard. This helps preserve and protect your content from getting lost. What's more, you also get to be part of our team with access to our network and lots of exclusives, behind the scenes information. And of course, you get full credit for everything you do, which brings you popularity and make extra income. Sign up now on clevenard.com and start blogging to your advantage. Please see the tutorial video on how to blog or post events on Clevenard blogs and events. For more information, contact info@clevenard.com +34 631 279811. Website www.clevenard.com. Clevenard, your blogs, your identity.
Welcome back to Follow Me to Africa Conversations, brought to you by Cliffnot TV in diaspora. You are tuned into an incredible conversation. We are right now in Ghana, and we're talking about doing business in Africa, being African, and what we have learned from the pandemic. And before we went on break, Caleb was telling us, what he thinks that is the best way to move forward coming out of the pandemic, which is collaborations and business. So, Caleb, among all your collaborations, what would you say has been the greatest challenge that you face doing business in Africa with all the collaborations, and how are you overcoming those challenges?
Thank you, Beatrice. As an entrepreneur based in Africa, the lack of support for every entrepreneur, I believe, is the support of the banking and financial sectors. You can have brilliant ideas in the world, but without the support of these financial institutions, your expected growth rates either slows down or dies off. And this give way for people like loan sharks to give you ridiculous rates. And since you're in no position to negotiate, you either walk home with peanuts as profit or literally go home with nothing. We are faced with a paying rate of an average of 5% to 8% per month for such loans. And once the customer defaults on the other end, you have to go through tons of emotional roller coaster until the customer finally pays up. And once they pays up, all the profit margin might have been washed away. What I've been able to overcome within the past couple of years was, as I said, collaborating. And through the power of collaboration, I've been able to gain adequate knowledge, which I'm still learning. I have to learn and unlearn the correct things, actually. And I've been able to restructure some of the business dealings I've been privy to, both in the past, and these have been able to get me out of situations which at first I had no bargaining power. So The knowledge is key. Knowledge is power. It helps you, empowers you to do so much uh, in your business dealings, especially with the banking and financial industry. You would know how to structure your deal whereby it will not put you in a position you would go home with nothing. So that has been my key take home with collaborations with those in the diaspora.
Mm, mm. Thank you for sharing that. So, if you had an advice to brothers and sisters in the diaspora who still think that Africa may not be the right place to do business, who still have hesitations, what would that be?
Thank you, Beatrice. I would tell them, look, let me just quote this saying from one of the leading communication consultants in Ghana here. He's called Kojo Akoylabi. He works with Stanbic Bank Ghana, and this is his quote. The African continent is a unique and diverse continent with rich history, cultures, and traditions. The story of the continent has, however, been checked depending on who is telling the story and how far with the audience. Africa, especially in the eyes of the Western media, has focused on things going wrong. This particularly is detrimental because of the relative lack of other widely accessible sources of knowledge about the continent, especially by the African media. We have so many untold stories, so many stories that we need to share with the continent. You saying in the diaspora will just give you about 10% of what actually goes on the continent. Media has the power to make and unmake anybody. Touch base with the ground. In a year, you can make 2 or 3 times trip back to Africa, see for yourself what's going on. I mean, I believe that was in the year 2005. I received some family friends from Netherlands, and they were coming to Ghana, and they were like, "Are we living on trees?" I'm like, "Why will you living on trees if you're coming with an airplane? Would the plane land in the in between branches or what?" And she was shocked to see the lights in Accra. I'm like, yeah, I mean, the story has been painted differently, and I believe now it's about time we need to change that narration. So that's what I would tell them. The narration has totally changed, especially after the pandemic. Things have really changed. We are running at a pace just like Usain Bolt to run a 100-meter race. Things are really changing. So they should touch base with us on the continent, and let's see how things are faring now.
I like that. And there's an African proverb that says, until the hunter, the lion learns how to tell its own story, the hunter will always, something, I don't get it, I don't have it exactly what it means. Until we learn how to tell our own stories, others will always tell. And when what others tell about us may not reflect what we really are. And this is the essence of Cliff Note TV in diaspora. This is the platform that is here for us to tell our stories. This is what we're doing right now. And we're inviting brothers and sisters across the continent to tune in to listen to our own stories told by us from an authentic perspective. This is the place where we take you to different African countries and show you the country from the perspective of those who are actively taking part and designing and shaping the country. We are right now in Ghana, and we're speaking to my brother and the entrepreneur, uh, Khalid Darkwa, and it's been an amazing conversation. Now, tell me, would you be principally, based on your experiences of the continent, your collaborations, the business industries that you've been into, would you be principally interested in mentoring a brother, a sister from the continent who says, I want to come, but I need someone to take me by the hand?
Thank you, Beatrice, so much for the question. I'm open to doing that, and I believe two is better than one. We need each other to make the continent great. I'm here, they are there. Once we collaborate, whatever good things they've learned in the diaspora, whatever good things based on the continent, we're definitely going to merge it, and it's going to forge one huge force to work on with, something to make changes which goes down to the grassroots. Um, though the fundamental principles in most African countries is not available, for us in the diaspora it is. We know how to maneuver our ways. They know how to get these things done over there. Once we collaborate, we can do things. And I'm ready to collaborate with everybody. My partners and I are always in a position to do that. We just want to make sure that we move Africa forward. We're not going backwards. So yes, personally, I'm open. As a group, we're also open to do business on the continent and beyond.
Khalid, I'd just like to dig a little bit there. Give us, you collaborate with some partners from the diaspora. Just drop us the countries where they are located just so people know that you can be in Ghana and collaborate with people, in the diaspora, in different countries. Just give us the names of the countries where your partners are.
Okay. The co-founder, Ronnie Samuels of Sided Consortium, is based in the islands, Antigua and Barbados. The other co-founder, Mohammed Beliti, he is based in Los Angeles, California. Aristide Sidibe, he's based in Houston, Texas. I have other partners also based in San Francisco. Yeshi Mengesha, she's in the health sector. She's really phenomenal. Noreen Makusewe, she's based in Kenya. She's also another phenomenal lady. I mean, these people really have defined me after the pandemic. They've really shaped me, and I do really appreciate the efforts. There are other partners which some are based in Dubai, some also based in Pakistan. We also have some all the way in Sweden. So, I mean, the length and breadth of the world I have touched base with. I've worked with everybody on the continent in the world except Antarctica. So North America, South America, Africa, Asia, Middle East, Australia. I've done businesses across the length and breadth of these continents. Through the partnership which the consortium I belong to, we do businesses across the length and breadth, consulting, engagement, and everything. And we love to be the pace setters, actually, that's what I would say. So that's a little brief history or detail of what I actually do and my partners, where they are based currently.
That I just want, that spotlight so people know, stretch out your, if you're here, you're listening to this conversation, we're inviting you to stretch out your wings. Don't think out of the space where you're living. Don't let, the boundaries, geographical boundaries or whatever limit you. You see, it's working out for Caleb, and it can work out for you as well. So we are inviting you to not just listen to these conversations, but let them spawn you, let them provoke you, let them move you to taking actions, to getting out of what you think is your comfort zone, so you can grow as an African, because when you do, the continent benefits, we all benefit. So I think we're going to take another last quick break before we get to the last part of the conversation. And you don't want to go away, because the last part of the conversation, we put it all in a nutshell for you. So make sure that you stick around. We'll be right back.
Start your own internet radio station for as low as €6.99 per month. We provide affordable radio streaming and hosting plans for everyone. And there are two main things that make us the best. We are here to make high-performance radio hosting online affordable and to outshine all the others when it comes to hosting plans and broadcasting services. High quality. Stream at any bitrate with our wide range of Icecast and Shoutcast hosting plans. Auto DJ. Easily start broadcasting with our complete automation platform. No software is required. Unlimited. All plans include unlimited listeners and bandwidth, allowing you to broadcast worry-free. Broadcast worry-free with unlimited internet radio hosting. We provide premium streaming services with unbeatable pricing and quality support. Create your own online radio station today. it.clevenard.com. Start your...
Welcome back to Follow Me to Africa Conversations, brought to you by Clevenard TV in the diaspora, the TV center, where the online TV service where we bring Africans in the diaspora and the continent together to celebrate their achievements and to connect them with one another so we can all be great together. So if you have not yet, you've not yet signed up, we invite you right now to sign up so that you don't miss out on any one of our great events, and also so that you can watch all of our conversations live. You're tuned in to Follow Me to Africa Conversations, the place where we do in-depth conversations, take you to places, bring you culture, and bring you solutions and open business opportunities up for you on the continent. So my name is Ankita Beatrice Achalake. I'm your host, delighted to be your host. Now we are into the last part of this conversation, and I am going to ask my guests to just complete the following sentences for me. So Khalid, are you ready?
Yes, Beatrice, I'm ready.
Okay, so the one thing that many people do not know about me is that
I love food.
I do too. The one thing that is always in my refrigerator is
That would be water, because I take water a lot.
Okay. So in 2030, I see Africa to be
Leading, the leading powerhouse in terms of production rates for the world.
the one African country that I would like to visit next is.
Kenya.
Okay, we're not asking you why. My favorite African meal is.
Um, Doro, from Ethiopia. I recently took it and I really enjoyed it.
I love it too. I do. The craziest thing that I ever did is.
I fell in love with a Nigerian at the age of 16 years.
And it turned out to be crazy. So if today was my last day on earth, I will.
I will be appreciative of what I've done so far. Just be grateful for what I've done so far. I mean, if not a doublet, I've left a legacy in place, and my kids, my family would, I mean, be proud of me.
It's not yet the last day, so we are happy to know that you're thinking about it. So you have been tuned in to Follow Me to Africa Conversations, brought to you by CliffNote TV in the diaspora, the online TV channel where we bring you content, a lot of content. We bring you TV shows, we bring you all kinds of activities to boost yourself, to give you a proud sense of your Africanness. So if you're in the diaspora, make sure that you always tune into our conversations. The Follow Me to Africa conversations come to you live twice a week, Tuesdays and Fridays, always 9 o'clock in South of May and 10 a.m. In the UK, in Spain, and in Nigeria. So or you want to check your local time to see what 9 a.m. GMT corresponds to you and you don't miss the show. Next week, I'm looking, no, no, on Friday, I'm looking forward to another incredible sister. We will be taking you to Nigeria and bringing you another powerhouse, and she will be sharing her journey. She's a homecomer. And talking about homecoming, I want to invite you again to our homecoming, African Homecomers Day on the 5th of November. Coming up on the 5th of November, we have 12 incredible homecomers lined up to share their testimonies with you. This may just be the encouragement that you need to make that final decision to either come back to the continent or to to shift your business in a particular direction or find a partner that you've been needing in order to get to your next masterpiece. So, Caleb, it was a real delight talking to you. Thank you so much for taking the time to share with us. Is there something else that they want to say to close the conversation?
Thank you so much, Beatrice. What I would love to share, my closing remarks will be to my brothers and sisters in the diaspora is the continent needs you, needs them, especially with the exposure that we've gained they have gained in the diaspora. It will help breed a new generation of African leaders, which will be smart CEOs. And this is part of the Sided Group's initiative. A company with a smart CEO who has access to funding can create an innovative solution for generations to come. The exposure could be in the form of business skills, which includes accessing syndicated funding opportunities for the entrepreneurs on the continent. I believe with that being in place, it would make sure that every little entrepreneur contribution that is being done in each country trickles down to the grassroots, and it would also help alleviate the living conditions of everybody on the continent. So we need them, same as they also need us to find their ways on the continent. We need to collaborate, collaborate, collaborate. Thank you, Beatrice, for the opportunity, and thanks to Cleveland TV and the Diaspora for the wonderful opportunity to, air this to our brothers and sisters worldwide. So it's really heartwarming to be here and share these experiences with you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Caleb. Thank you. Thank you. We say thank you to CliffNut TV. We're saying thank you to all of you who tune in and those of you who will tune in. Please bring family. This is the place where you want to bring family. But there's so much you can do on cliffnottv.com. So make sure that you bring family, bring friends, bring business partner. Let's all meet here and have the conversations that we need to have, because until we have the conversation, someone will always do them for us and we may not be happy with the result. So we don't want to keep reacting. We want to be proactive. in in driving our lives and in telling our stories. So follow me to Africa Conversations. If you know someone whose story needs to be told, please connect them to us. We would like to hear from them and bring them on the show to share their stories. That said, it is time to say goodbye for today. We'll see you on Friday. I'll see you on Friday with my next guest, and make sure that you bring some friends. And when you're on CliffNote TV, make sure that you make some friends around the platform, so you can get the best. So thank you so much again for tuning in. Thank you to my guests from Ghana. Thank you to CliffNote TV in the diaspora for hosting us. And thank you to all of you who are joining and who will join. That is it for me today. I'll see you on Friday. My name is Ankrita Beatrice Achaleke, the host.
Hello there. Looking for an African movie? Search no further. Clevenard African Movies TV is here for you. We are dedicated to the acceleration of African films, TV series, documentaries, and lots more. Explore our movies at home or on the go. Clevenard Movies is free to watch on clevenard.com. Don't miss this opportunity. Hurry now. Sign up and subscribe today. Hello there.